What's good, everyone? We're getting ready to start a campaign here, and we have a really interesting idea that we want to do to give us an opportunity to start practicing with our armies too. We use this campaign, this small campaign, as a way of practicing with our armies a little and having a little fun. We're together every weekend doing martial arts anyway, so what better way to have a little fun with starting a little campaign? So we're going to do a campaign when the Flesh Terrors against the Death Guard. So this is going to be a really interesting campaign. We're going to take a few minutes and just give you guys the story. So over here we have Chaos Sorcerer. His name is Neremath. He is after a special relic. We're fighting on a planet called Castijen, right?
Castijen.
And so what we're going to be doing is, on planet Castijen, the Flesh Terrors, as you guys know, have been trying to find a cure for the Black Rage so that the chapter doesn't eventually die off. So, Chapter Master Gabriel Seth has dispatched 3rd Company Captain Castijen and the Chief Librarian of the 3rd Company, Solaris, to investigate planet Castijen. And they are looking for a relic called the Blood Crystal. And rumor has it that the Blood Crystal can possibly stop the Black Rage and save the chapter. But there's something a little more sinister about this Blood Crystal that the Flesh Terrors aren't aware of, and the Plague Wind is going to explain that part.
Hello, everyone. It's the Plague Wind here. My character, Neremath, he has been worshiping Nurgle for quite some time, and his whole idea, he wants to become a demon prince, which most mortal champions want to do. So to do that, he's been tasked to find the Blood Crystal, which the Flesh Terrors want is they can cure Black Rage. But for Nurgle's perspective, if he gets it, he can make a more improved Nurgle's Rot, which can spread, and it will spread through the blood, and in that way it can just cause havoc. And it's one way to basically destroy the Imperium from within and just totally cause all kind of havoc. So it's his way of ascension to Deamonhood. So that's our main purpose for why we want this Blood Crystal. So that's what we're going to be looking for and hopefully succeed so this man, Neremath, can ascend to Deamonhood.
So that's it, man. This is going to be a short video because we are getting ready to kick off the first campaign mission right now. So experience points in this mission, Captain Castijen and Neremath, the Nurgle Sorcerer, can earn experience points over the course of this mission. So, the way that they're going to earn experience points, they get 1 experience point for each objective that they accomplish over the course of the campaign. After achieving 5 experience points, they can exchange those experience points for 1 or 2 things. Either more skills or strategic assets. So, the first experience point that they can get, if they survive the battle, for not falling back, they get 1 experience point. If they completely survive the battle and don't die, they get an experience point for that. If they get the most objectives over the course of the battle, that is the majority objective. If Neremath's guys have more objectives than the Flesh Terrors at the end of the battle, Neremath will get an experience point for that. If they kill the HQ, if Castijen or Neremath kills one another, they will get an experience point for that. And finally, they can get an experience point for killing more points than they actually cost. That is the only way that these guys can earn experience. So, the gifts that they will be able to earn is +1 ballistic skill, +1 initiative, preferred enemy, +1 attack, and reroll hits. And they only can pick 1 for every 5 experience points that they earn. Or they can exchange their 5 experience points for any strategic assets. So, that is it. Stand by for turn number 1. We're going to set up deployment. All right, guys, here we go. So we're going to begin. This is Katia. Planet Katia is a desert world. So what you guys are looking at here, we've deployed, and the objective of this game is to take this small city. We're going to say that this city is called Zyon. We're going to take this city. If Neremath takes the city, he will set up a Nurgle monolith that will allow him to open the warp and summon demons and more reinforcements to his side. If Castijen takes the city, he can set up an orbital relay, which will allow the orbiting ships to come in and drop more reinforcements in. This will act as a staging area to further the campaign. The person that wins is the person who controls the city. That will be determined by the one who controls the most table quarters. So the table will be broken into 4 quarters. The one with the most quarters, no enemy models in those 4 quarters, will win the game. So turn 1 starting out, the Death Guard has deployed, and the Flesh Tearers have deployed. So real quick, Playwin, explain to us what you've done.
So what I have turned for my turn 1, I took 1 unit. Is a unit of Plague Marines. They want to take the high ground to give some support for the troops that are on the ground. 12 inches in, I have my Chaos Sorcerer Neremath with his retinue of Terminators around him, and I have my Dreadnought in front. For those of you who know about the Chaos rules, I had to put him where he's not within that 45-degree line of sight so that he doesn't shoot my own self when I roll my 1. I will do it sometime in the game, know it. And then lastly, I have my other unit of Plague Marine who will attempt to try to go towards this building and gain the next higher level.
All right, on the other side, Captain Castijen and Squad Thorax, the Terminator Assault Squad, have deployed together. The Furioso Dreadnought is accompanying him. Archivos Tactical Squad is here in the front, deploying in front. Chief Epistolary Librarian Solaris and Squad Morlock is in the back. He's joined the squad. They've all deployed together. All right, here we go. Turn number 1. All right, so this is the end of turn number 1. Captain Castijen and his guys moved up. Everybody moved up into the ruins of the building. We didn't have anything to shoot at, didn't go after anything. On this side, the Plague Wind will explain what he's done.
So what I tried to do is I tried to move up. So I tested for my Dreadnought. He didn't go crazy, so he just moved up his normal 6 inches. And the Terminators follow right behind him. The Plague Marines, they moved a massive 1 inch just to move and tried to run him, which is only 2 inches, so they basically stuck. And I took a pot shot at his units, and he got his 4 cover save, so no wounds on this turn.
All right, so that was the end of turn 1. Very, very quick. I was playing really defensive here, using the building as cover to prevent being shot at in the first turn. So, starting turn 2, stand by. All right, that last turn was very eventful. Solaris and Squad Moloch moved up, jumping from behind the building, and as you can see, the Dreadnought that was there is no more. Solaris used the Blood Lance and got a direct hit on the Dreadnought, and the Dreadnought was destroyed. And then the Death Guard, Plague Wind.
So the Death Guard, as you see, my Dreadnought died. I moved up my other unit, Plague unit up. They moved up their 6 inches. Terminators moved up a little bit. I took shots with the first unit closer to the building on the floor. They missed. Well, actually, they killed 1 person, and the guys on the top of the building, they killed 2 guys. Well, actually, they killed nobody. They missed 2. And then the Terminators, they ended up killing 2 people. So, yeah, it was a very uneventful shooting day.
All right, so that is turn 2, so stand by. We are getting ready to get underway.
Okay.
All right, so that was the end of the turn, and that last turn was quite brutal. My assault squad, as you can see, is no more. The assault squad moved up, And the Terminators back here, they came up and smacked the assault squad. Surprisingly enough, this squad here, which we assaulted, not only did they survive the assault, but they actually won. My Librarian is also gone. So the tactical squad has moved up to take one part of the table. The Furioso is supporting them. Castijen and his unit is coming around the corner over here to spearhead the attack. And
so basically, he'd already basically summed it all up. My Terminators came in, countercharged his tactical unit. Needless to say, they're no longer here, and I consolidated my forces. The one unit that still survived went up, took higher ground, and the Terminators, they did a tactical retreat backwards.
All right, so that is the end of that turn. We'll be back with turn number 4. Wow, that last turn was crazy. My tactical squad here moved up and rapid fired at these guys on top here, and the Feel No Pain is ridiculous. They all made their saves, and my Furioso moved up. He had nothing to shoot at, as you can see, and my Terminators, Castijen and his squad, had a bad day. The last turn was just really bad for them. They, in that last turn, I lost 3 Terminators in that last turn to a Melter-Fire and a Reaper autocannon. So the Plague win.
So basically, I think Nightcase summed it up. There's really not much to say. I just had a pretty good shooting round.
Alright, so that is the end of the turn 4. We are in turn 5, and this game is nearing its end, so we will get back to you at the end of the turn. Alright guys, so we are back at the end of turn number 5, and some interesting things have taken place. The tactical squad is still here holding strong. And the Furioso Dreadnought moved up and did a flaming attack on the Death Guard on the top, and as you know, did nothing. My Terminators are dead. They all moved forward, and all of these Death Guard Terminators assaulted Captain Castijen. And interestingly enough, Castijen survived all of the attacks and tied the Terminators for combat. So he is going to live to fight another day. We are duking it out here. This is going to be the last turn. Plague Wind, what do you think?
Well, I thought that the captain would be dead. He survived because I whiffed on my claws. I'm like, oh my God, I only got 1 wound. It's going to be interesting. I'm hoping that the captain dies this turn. We're going to find out. We're going to see. We're going to see how. Turn 6 is going to be pretty interesting.
All right. So this is the last turn. Remember, guys, the one who controls the most territory wins. And so far, the Flesh Terrors are actually winning. The Flesh Terrors have 1 quarter that the tactical squad is holding down, and this quarter is contested with the Dreadnought and the squad here, and as long as the captain survives, he will contest this quarter, and the Flesh Terrors can win. If the captain dies, then the Flesh Terrors more than likely will lose. So hopefully he's going to have a heroic turn here and survive, and we're going to see how this goes. So stand by for the last turn. Yeah. All right, guys, so that is the end of the game, and the game ended a draw. The Flesh Terrors held down 1. The Furioso Dreadnought moved up and took this objective from the Plague Marines. Castijen was killed, but he gave up a gut fight. He died in the very end. He fought to the end, so that was pretty cool. Looks like Plague Wind, you can take this part.
Well, I say that captain was tough, but Nurgle won out in the end, and we ended up as a tie, which was pretty cool. And my leader, Neremath, he gets 3 experience points. He lived, we killed out his HQ, and we didn't fall back. So that was pretty cool. So I need 2 more points so I can finally get that automatic or magical 5 that I need to have.
So that's the end of the game, guys. That is the beginning of the campaign, and it looks like the next mission on this planet will be trying to retake the city because somebody has to actually win. So we're going to be setting up the next time, and we're going to be fighting in this city again, and we're going to be trying to retake it. We are going to increase our points by 200. So we'll be doing a 1,200-point mission the next time. This was just 1,000 points. So thank you guys for watching. If you like the battle report, let us know that you like it. Subscribe to the channel. And look out for the next few vids that we're going to have coming out. We're going to be doing some cool things with the transport trays, and the Lazarus campaign is still going on with the Tyrannid invasion. And we're going to be starting a Horus Heresy campaign. We're going to be reenacting the heresy. So we have about 10 guys signing up already. So we're going to be kicking that campaign off pretty soon. And so we are going to be looking for more participants. So you guys hit us back, man. Take care. Peace.